Khamzat Chimaev attacks on Ilia Topuria in today's news. Possible conflict with the UFC. We cannot expect to see Islam Makhachev take on Bone and Topuria next. Let's take a look at Nbone's combat with the Ritter Arman. Despite being offered a main event slot this July, Kian revealed tension with the UFC and didn't hold back. Arman rejected the offer, making it clear that he isn't fighting for financial gain or to fill a card. The opponent they suggested was ranked lower, and the top contender just wasn't good enough. The UFC floated names like Mateusz Gamrot for a potential rematch, but Arman shut it down. He also discusses the possible super fight between champion Islam and Ilia Topuria. Kian stressed that he has earned every inch of his ranking, so the UFC offering him a fight against someone lower in the rankings, especially without a title shot guarantee, felt like blatant disrespect. He is not about to do favors for fighters ranked 10th or lower, when no one extended that courtesy to him during his own ascent. In this Russian interview with Sport 24, Arman even went so far as to say that Topuria can definitely defeat Islam, calling it a thrilling and risky matchup. They offered me a main event in Abu Dhabi this July, but I declined because the opponent they suggested was ranked lower, and I didn't want to fight. There was no point in accepting that fight just for money. I'm ranked number 1, and I've earned my spot. I beat guys ranked 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, and now that I'm here, I'm not doing favors to someone ranked 10.10. When I was climbing the UFC, no one offered me that type of opportunity. Giving me a man like that is disrespectful. I'm not requesting a title fight. Instead, I want a legitimate contender bout, or at the very least, a clear agreement. There was no such bargain, but beat this person and earn the title shot. They were proposing someone who was losing. At the very least, give me a man who is winning, like D. Hooker Kerr, for instance. They gave me access to Game G. Sure, there is in fact a narrative rematch, but I don't like it. Why not me? If anyone wants to fight at Fugim, it's me. Why? 40 to receive that. Say that. I believe hit as for Ilia Lam and Ilia. T. He see up it. Hate champion and G up. That would be fight. He is a champion. If it's intriguing, clean. If Ilia gains influence, T. He can render him unconscious. It. Definitely do it. Chel Sunon hype. Simply smashed him. To him, hip top Topuryang. Ilia Topuria is taking place. G. Fanshev is not taking place. Fans were hoping that the former featherweight champion would get a chance to win 155 gold, but Charlie claims that Islam has already made up his mind and course. The difference between the two is I section. According to the least, the table, E, and EM matchup is out of the question. TA at the very least, alternative sources, rather Oliveira. To Charles Oliveira, Shalia Letting. Charlie thinks Topuria is much more likely to happen next. Next up for Tita Kia is Dub Bronx, with a grain of salt. Salt dati Ichileds, Che talking daji Wilia talking a lot. In June, Ilia revealed at UFC 317 in John Oliveira Rao that Oliveira had done a lot of setup or so, King in the previous month. The setting for PD Topuria was ideal. Topuria doesn't tolerate trash talk, and if it persists, it can be forgiven. It's intense, the mean streak. Insod OS would be the build-up, but he fights even harder. But the clash between Iliages and Am is one for the ages, and hopefully we get to see it.
And I'm going to make sure that you really understand this. Islam is not going to fight Ilia Topuria, and it's for one reason. Islam's had 4 opportunities, plus a manager, plus Khabib. That's 6 times speaking for Islam, all saying in unison the same thing. I am not going to face Ilia because Ilia has not proven himself at 155 pounds. Islam would like to go to 170, and he would like to challenge for the championship of the world. So for anybody at 170 to say, I'm not going to face you because you've yet to prove yourself, do you see where it becomes a problem? And that isn't the fight or the direction anybody's going in anyway. And any time we're wasting to do that, and all of a sudden on the phone you're dealing with a bunch of nice guys. You'd better understand the politics and the time frame until Mr. Nice gets up and walks out of the room, because it's coming. Now, Charles calling for Ilia is wildly interesting.
Khamzat, in a recent interview with Russian channel Usha Taika, Chimaev finally spoke out about the growing tension between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria. When asked about the possibility of a super fight, Khamzat confidently backed Makhachev, saying he expects Islam to get the job done, but it wasn't just a technical pick, because Muslim fighters are known for sticking by each other no matter what. Khamzat and Ilia have a respectful and even friendly relationship. They have trained together in the past, and their intense sparring sessions have become a hot topic in MMA circles. Not long ago, the two were even in Guram Kutaladze's corner together, showing no signs of animosity. However, since Ilia started publicly attacking Islam in some of his recent interviews, the dynamic seems to have changed, and Khamzat responded for the first time with obvious aggression rather than indifference. His tone made it clear that Ilia's constant trash talk about nearly everyone on the roster is getting on Khamzat's nerves. One thing that I strongly oppose, Alright, oh look, KS I adore Khabib Pian's Islam. Look, I'm Muslim, and I'm Muslim, and and they're Muslim, and they're from a mound country. I like me, same nation, Dagestan's Chechnyol representative. K Chechen Semi Amy.A. I have a Dagestan, and it's the same. NT Islam from Dagestan murderer, at light killer. No, he's a killer. Know him, Wilshire P. him, I'm sure. Especially some of these tiny people that are talking. I doubt a killer at 170's odds at 170. King, we have the best wrestling world. We have demonstrated it time and time again, and this time it won't be different. Now talking now we're different, ye brother. Wrestling is so striking. Nickel gives the Foon double champion his due recognition and gives a sneak peek at his impending matchup with Rainier Derriter. Derriter is a sloucher who has demonstrated that he has legitimate submission talents. Superior gripping and control abroad, Bo admits to mentioning the Ritter's accomplishments in other organizations, particularly his superb jiu-jitsu technique. But this isn't your typical grappler-on-grabber clash. Bo's explosiveness and Olympic-caliber wrestling add a whole new level of pressure, and if Ditter can't enforce his BJJ early, it could end up being a long night. Dritter can catch opponents sliding and thrives in scrambles, but that's a lot to expect of a control freak like Bo, who has been beating up everyone he comes in contact with. Hardcore fans are excited about this showdown. The UFC's top prospect and one of the world's top grapplers are taking on one other, and both are sure they'll win.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a matchup that I asked for, so I feel like it's a matchup that's exciting for a lot of reasons. You know, he's had a lot of success in other organizations, had success in the UFC, and it's a natural step up for me. I think that I want to keep fighting better and better guys, and this is a guy that has a proven track record and, you know, many finishes, and it's an interesting matchup. Again, you know, similar matchup to the Paul Craig fight where he's got more of a jiu-jitsu style, but I think obviously him being on a win streak and also just having maybe a little more, just a different type of style on the feet, I think will prove to be an interesting fight, but I'm pumped up.